Alright, welcome back to Comedy or Worse. I'm here with my very special guest,
Sarah.
She's not going to say her last name. It's
Well,
Sarah
my last
Lynn.
name is actually Shavonic. I just say Sarah Lynn because it's easier.
Oh, okay. So you're answering the first question already. Do you use the stage name? What do you do?
Yeah. But that's only because everybody pronounced my name wrong.
Right. And you're like, enough of that.
It's easier.
Right. Makes sense. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. So how did you get into comedy?
I had a friend ask if I wanted to try a comedy class.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of was like, yeah. So I wrote a couple of what I thought were jokes.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to class.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how did the class go?
Fun.
Yeah.
I loved it immediately. And then my mind changed because I started really looking for things, observing a little bit more closely.
Yeah.
Using my observational skills, sharpening my observational skills. I started seeing patterns, behavioral patterns in people.
Right.
It was fun to start. It's done a lot for me.
Oh, that's great. Sweet. So what is your writing process for comedy?
It's really weird. Like, sometimes I write on stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have a terrible day and I'm like, ah! And something funny happens and I'm like, ah! and I won't usually write it down. I'll just like think of it, and then that doesn't work that great.
Darn it. Maybe one day you'll be able to do it. It's like, oh, I have some ideas, and go up there and have it work good.
Yeah. But then I also I used to write like film notebooks too.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I noticed that the economy wasn't the same as if I just write on stage.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll write a joke out.
Yeah.
And there are way too many words. And then it's like,
right.
So the thing is that I'll get focused on remembering the words.
Right.
And then I won't remember the words. Right. And then I can't bring a notebook. I don't bring a notebook on stage at all.
Oh, that's good.
So people are like, just write a couple things. And I'm like, the way you're explaining it to me is not working. So then I'll just take the topic and then just go with it.
Cool.
And see how it works. And then after I tell the joke,
yeah. On
stage while I'm telling it, I think of like another tag.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring that into the next.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to write. I've been writing down all of my jokes and organizing them in a computer.
Wow. She's going digital, people. Hell yeah. So do you record your sets?
Yes, not always, because I'm like superstitious.
Really?
So I feel like if I turn record on, I won't do as well as if I don't record it.
You should have someone else push the record.
But don't tell me. Don't tell me.
But don't tell
me.
Sometimes like, nope, didn't record
Don't
that
tell
time.
me. Right.
And then, nope, got that one. So you never know.
No, I do record my sets, but not 100%, maybe like 50. It depends on how much I'm getting up.
Oh, okay.
So if I get up like 3 or 4 times a week, then I won't record all of them. But then if I'm just getting up like, it was a long time where I was just getting up a couple times a month, and then I'll record them.
Yeah.
All of them, but I should be recording everyone.
Yeah. Maybe at some point you'll just push record and then just forget you're recording.
I literally love the sound of my voice.
Nice.
So then I could probably like listen to the video on the way home and get into a car accident.
Oh, wow. Well, don't do that.
No.
You're like, what am I going to say next? You should know it because you just said it.
Right?
Oh, is this the part where I make that new tag? Boom! Crash!
It's really hard to listen to myself eat crap on stage. That's hard to listen to again.
Yeah. But it is informative, right?
Yes. I should have fun. I should make that fun. I should look forward to listening to those.
Yeah. Just be like, yeah.
Because
it was them. It was them, and then listen to it like, oh no, it was me.
It's never them.
No, it's very, very rarely them. Well, I guess probably never them, and the times that people think it is them, they don't realize they're giving off some kind of weird vibe, They're giving some negative energy, or the comics before were, and you weren't able to overcome it.
Yeah. Not acquiescing.
Yeah, or there was a heckler. The comics were fine. It's just the place didn't deal with the heckler properly.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough. Like, especially like at Quantum when there's some regular people. Luckily, we've come to an understanding.
Yeah.
There's the one guy that goes there a lot, and he just doesn't stay for the comedy. So I think that's a good compromise.
What do you mean? He just like yells at comedians?
He was doing better. He just they just want to participate. They get drunk and they want to participate.
They're fighting. It's a power struggle.
Yeah, like I'm usually the wife. I'm buying people drinks, and I'm usually the wife of the party. Why are these people up there not being that funny, or they're being funny, and I think I could say something that adds to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we do with this podcast. Encourage people to go see live comedy, but please, this is not, don't heckle, don't talk.
Yeah.
Don't try to add stuff unless you're specifically
God.
asked.
I did that at a comedy show last week. I heckled the headliner! And I was like, oh my God, you are such an idiot.
Do you want to publicly apologize?
Yes. Ellen Sugarman, I want to apologize to you because I said... Oh, it's recording my right side.
Oh, you want to switch places?
That's not my good side. No, I can have my bad side recorded. I apologize for when you asked if anybody had a selfie stick. I forgot what I said, but I should not have said that, and I apologize because you are the queen, and also it's rude.
Okay, well, you'll have to see if she accepts your apology. I don't know if she probably doesn't even listen to this podcast, but
I don't even know if it was a heckle actually, but I found myself responding to something that she said where the response was not required or something, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm a heckler. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing, and I was so ashamed of myself.
Yeah, definitely. So, who's the funniest person in your life right now? It doesn't have to be a comedian, but it's fine if it is.
That switches off a lot. So a lot of the time it will be the person that does something funny.
Okay.
I try to focus on right now. Right now, you're the funniest person in my life.
Thank you.
Because I'm sitting in front of you right now.
Okay, that's it. Everybody has unique answers. So thank you so much.
But I love Stuart Lee, the comedian Stuart Lee.
Stuart Lee?
Stuart Lee.
Stuart Lee.
He's British. Oh my God, his comedy is so hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you know him, or you just a fan?
No. Oh, I'm just a fan. I
Okay.
literally just listen to like basically every like one of his sets, anything I can find on him.
Have you ever been able to see him live, or?
No. He doesn't come to the United States, I don't think, really.
Well, that's not good.
No.
We should tell him, come to the United States. You got fans here.
He makes fun of the United States a lot.
So maybe he's afraid he'll get heckled.
I mean, maybe he does come.
All right.
And the person I'm dating right now is also hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. I asked this to everybody, and I don't always know the answer, but when did we meet?
Oh, okay. We met in person in 2020 or 2021.
I thought it was before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. It was actually at Comedy Palace.
Comedy
Palace.
Yeah. Yay, I actually knew. Sweet. So have you ever traveled to do comedy?
Only like Arizona and LA a couple times. And
so you had like shows in Arizona and
yeah, I went with a friend to Arizona, but not really. I didn't really like travel enough. And then I had a couple shows in LA.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but I went with a friend to Arizona and for a show specifically. Cool. It was like in Lake Havasu.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some interesting people there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have any hobbies or passions that aren't related to comedy?
I love walking.
Nice.
Yeah.
You like hiking or just walking?
I like hiking also, but I also just love hiking. I mean walking.
Yeah.
Walking, and I love doing domestic stuff. Like I love making different coffee drinks and different like beverages and a lot of food. I love nutrition and health, trying to find, I'm always looking for foods that create more dopamine and more serotonin.
Yeah.
And kind of natural remedies.
Cool.
And I love aesthetics. So like a season before, I always look at the colors that are going to be in next season, and then I look at the different types of aesthetics, like dark academia, like 90s grunge, like, and then I try to decide what aesthetic I like the most to plan for the next season.
Okay, so are you making trends or following trends?
I don't think I make trends. I think I follow.
Okay.
Well, I look at I look at like all the magazines and Pinterest at what, so for example, right now we're going into fall 2024. And I knew that I loved, I've always loved the preppy look. And I really, really like the 90s look with like the baggy jeans and then the like the tighter crop tops or the big t-shirts, like oversized stuff. Yeah. So I work on those two trends that are supposed to be up and coming. There's so many different types of aesthetics. Okay. And then I also love minimalism. So I look at a lot of design and kind of a lot of art. Cool. So, yeah.
That's nice. So, do you do your own merch at all?
My OnlyFans.
There you go.
I knew I was gonna say that.
Okay.
But I actually don't. My OnlyFans is literally exactly the same stuff that's on my Instagram, only you pay.
Wow. Support
exactly
an
the
artist.
same. Right.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's what I should do. Is you should put the podcast up on OnlyFans. It's
You
exactly
should. You should.
Except you pay for it.
Exactly the same.
I have synergy.
Except there'd been a different filter.
Yeah, maybe just add a filter.
Yeah, Paris filter.
Wow, is that expensive?
No, it's on the stories. When you swipe, Paris is the best filter.
Wow, I wonder
Like
if we
when
made
you do
that.
your story, do you ever make a story?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you take and you go like this to
Yeah.
swipe for
I
filters.
just never. I guess I just don't have the eye because I just like the filters. They like I can see that they're changing how it looks, but I can never pick which one I like the best.
They're all totally like useless except for Paris. It should only be
I'll have to
Paris.
look for that one.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. That's what I need. I need some inside info. To people
Okay.
that, like, so I'll remember Paris. It's
Paris.
just so glamorous.
Yeah, it's so
Like,
glamorous.
What era Paris do you think it is?
I think it's just Paris
Timeless?
because most people just don't go to Paris.
Right.
So I think they just like that it says Paris,
Right.
and it just makes your skin look better.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Have you been to Paris?
No.
Okay. Well, road trip.
Yeah.
Well, I guess is it still called a road trip? Do you fly in an airplane? Guess not.
No,
No.
I guess it could be like, I guess when cars can fly, like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
it will be a road trip. I feel like
We
what I'm
don't
saying
need
right now is
roads.
so stupid.
What's that?
There should be a metro that goes over the ocean pretty soon. Maybe
Yeah.
AI will be able to do that.
Or what about, driving in tunnels and then some of them are like under the water, and just
Yeah.
you can just drive all the way to Paris. You
Yeah,
You stop at the different hotels,
Yeah, that would be really.
or even better, because it's in a tunnel and it's all you could just have the car could just drive yourself, and you could just be hanging out and making stories and living your best life.
Yeah.
And just end up in Paris.
Or you could have a goggles and be sitting in a paper box, but pay for it to look like you're in Paris.
Yeah.
Just like the goggles will also enable us to pay for the experience of eating a steak when we're really just eating like a
Right.
bean.
So do you have any VR headsets right now?
No.
No.
I just sometimes I walk around and I'm like, oh my god, like there's so much dirt around, and it would be really cool if like I could just start all over and wear some goggles,
Yeah.
and like all of those environmental stressors were gone, or like there was a chip in my head.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
So you're pro putting a chip in your head.
I mean, and that's where we're going. It's going to happen, and there is a chip in our head already. I mean, I know this is kind of repetitive, but this is the chip in our head.
Yeah. We just decide to hold on to it,
Yeah.
and we don't lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might as well just merge with technology.
It's gonna happen when it's gonna be to the point where we're asking for it, where we're asking to do it instead of like we like ask to give away our information. Like
Right.
I'll talk in my stories about all this stuff that no one would typically ever tell another person. It's like
Sure.
we ask.
Exactly.
It's not like they're taking away our rights. We take our own rights away,
Right. Yeah.
or at least I do.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll be able to. I mean, you can make money on social media, but you're making money through advertisers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like Idiocracy, where he's like, I get paid every time I say brought to you by Carl's Jr., brought to you by Carl's Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, we want that. I mean, we want everyone to be smart, but we still want to get paid, okay?
Yeah, well, everyone's going to be like smart in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I looked at this AI image of like a human being in like 30 years. Her name is Maggie, and the way that they look. And they're totally, like, their body is totally built like this. And they're like claw hand, and they have like a claw hand. And that's how they walk around.
Wow.
Because of evolution.
Because they're looking at their phone or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like, Chip,
straight,
bring this chip.
Yeah, it's quicker.
You don't have to
be looking at the sky and just wondering, wait, is that a filter?
Yeah, and then it'll be like 7 signs your friend isn't really a friend. Like ads, like clickbait, and you'll never believe number 6.
Oh, I can't wait to I'll start at number 6. Here, pay this money to start at number 6.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's funny. So, do you wish you started comedy earlier?
No.
Yeah, cool. Just started right at the right time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because when I started, I was like 36. So, yeah, I felt like I had some maturity already.
Yeah.
And I kind of had some life experience.
Sure.
So I feel like if I would have started really early, I would have had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Like, I would have probably gotten into drugs or something. If I didn't have, but then by that time I kind of knew who I was. So yeah, I'm really glad that I started at that time, because it's kind of a challenging world to navigate through.
Yeah, definitely.
And it is what you make it in some ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are your goals in comedy right now?
To get better.
To get better.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a good goal.
Yeah, I think about like, I've been focusing more on like adding voices, adding some dynamic aspects to my jokes.
Yeah, like hand gestures or act outs or
a little more act outs. I try to focus on that. Like, I have a lot of jokes that I tell that aren't dynamic, so I'm looking for opportunities.
Always told the same way.
They're not dynamic. They're like, I'll talk in my own tone,
right,
just like this, for the whole joke, and it's not that interesting.
Sure.
It's just listening to somebody talk, and it's what I feel like comedy is in the irony.
Yeah.
So, kind of adding dialogue into the joke between one person and the next.
And like do the other person's voice or try to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, would you ever do a joke just as a different from a different perspective, like a whole other character?
I've had characters, and I know that there are ways to weave characters into your set.
Yeah.
But I haven't built like a 30-minute set. I have all this stuff, but I haven't actually connected into what it will be like. 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that.
Right.
But that would be a goal, is to like weave a character kind of into it and out of it.
Cool.
You know.
Nice.
Like,
so what's the most amount of time you've done on stage?
like 30.
Nice.
Or even a little longer.
Wow.
Yeah, like before COVID, I was doing a lot more time.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
But now if somebody asks me how much time I want to do, I always choose the minimum, because I think you can have all this time, to do, but unless it's perfect and polished, it's just not
right.
real.
Yeah, I think that's what people that are asked that question really don't understand. They overestimate. When people ask you, comics out there, how much time do you have? If a booker or another comic, or even a fan asks you how much time you have, don't say the maximum amount of time that you could possibly talk. It's the polished stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I have 3 minutes. When people are like, how much time do you want? Like, I'm going to give you, well, you want 8 minutes or 7? I'm like, 3.
Wow, okay. There we go. So what is your favorite joke right now? It could be anybody's joke.
Oh my God. So Stuart Lee does this loop
Yeah.
for literally an hour.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
And he's saying exactly the same thing over and over and over again, like telling exactly the same story. It's called The Rap Singers. So he's like, oh, the rap singers, like you've heard of them. You see them on the circular, you know, they go in the little elevator and then they do their dance and they jump over the, you know, and then he'll tell exactly the same over and over, and you get like angry at some points.
Right.
And then sometimes you just, and then when you let go of that, you just start laughing. It's so interesting because comedy is like predatory.
Yeah.
And he does such a good job with that because you listen to each part hoping that the next part will be different. So you listen to that part and then it's not. But then there's still a little bit of hope. He changes just enough in each little section.
Okay.
But it's like, they're like micro changes. And you're just to give you hope that there's a punchline.
Wow. There's no punchline. So it's just the joke is
believable. It's a loop, and I love loops.
Wow. That's super cool. Have you ever seen any Andy Kaufman?
I've seen a little bit of Andy. Actually, okay, I've probably seen a lot, but I don't remember much of it. But he is so unbelievable. Like, the characters he plays are
like one time I never got to see him live or anything, but one time in the movie Man on the Moon, they didn't do it, where he's selling, you know, he got popular through Taxi and did all kinds of stuff, like, but he sold out like an arena, and like he just went up there and read a book, and some people got mad and left, and there's other people just laughing hysterically.
It's hilarious.
And then he read a whole book for like an hour or whatever.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And
oh
then
my God.
everybody that stayed, you know, because even people that liked it, I guess some of them maybe just got bored or whatever, or you know, and everybody that stayed, that he took them out for milk and cookies.
That's hilarious.
Like, buses,
oh my God.
And they just bust them, and just everybody had milk and cookies.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
See, I love that. That is so, like, my goal used to be to make people laugh, but now my goal is to make people groan. Literally. That's what I want to do. And then comedy got so much funner after I decided that was my goal.
Oh, that's cool. So do you have like a favorite fan interaction? Like either you were a fan of some comic or somebody came up to you and said, oh, I love your set.
Like a favorite one?
Or even anything. Even, it doesn't have to be a favorite, just you have a memorable fan interaction.
So a lot of people seem to say that they're like, yeah, I really get your comedy. Like, I really like it. Like, it's really fun. Like, I love your kind of off sense of humor. Yeah. But I think most people don't get it.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like when they say that. I think most people don't get it.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Sure, of course.
Because I'm special.
Definitely funny.
No, when they're like, but I like when they do that. I love that.
Have you ever had anybody like try to tell you your joke back to you and they get it wrong? they get the general idea, but they like get all the words wrong.
No.
No, okay. Just look for that. That will happen to you. That's happened to me. It's like so funny.
You know what? I think when I listen to a set, there's nothing that I focus on. Like, I know it's polite when you compliment another comedian's set to focus on exactly what, to find the specific joke and explain why you think it's funny. That's the polite way. If you just say, I like your set, that's super rude.
Right.
You have to be like, I like this joke, and then I like this thing about that joke.
Right. Or
it's
I like your new tag or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And that shows that you're actually complimenting them, but you might as well just not say anything if you don't have that to say. How dare you?
Yeah. How dare you just go through the motions?
Yeah, how dare you just like something? If you don't know exactly what you like, then you're not, you know, you're not in the club of liking.
Also, you have to have a compliment sandwich where you say what you like, say one thing you didn't like, and then end with something else you liked.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we need to get better.
I hate sandwiches.
Okay,
so wait, okay, what was I saying? That when I listen, sometimes it's just the feeling that I get that I like, and I don't really remember the specifics of what I liked about it. I'm just like, I liked the vibe.
Yeah.
I liked the person.
That's good. Good.
I liked that they were like self-effacing, or I liked their delivery, how they paused a moment, or I liked how the delivery was really fast and it takes you a minute to catch up.
Sure.
I liked the crowd work or whatever.
Nice.
I liked the way you asked those two people over there if they're fucking.
Oh my god! I had ACC. I did a little bit of crowd work at the end, and it turns out they were neighbors. And it was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Because I was like, have you ever seen, I said, it's like new joke, and I was like, have you ever watched her wash her pussy? And he's like, we're neighbors. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're a peeping Tom.
That's funny.
It was so quick, which you should do with crowd work. You shouldn't do crowd work if you can't come up with something fast.
Yeah.
But I think it's a skill that you can get better at. So it's not that people shouldn't do it. It's just know that you should try it in everyday life.
Yeah. You know what helped me with crowd work? Am I supposed to be I'm looking at this disproportionate amount.
Okay. You can look over there, but that video is only going to take the audio.
Okay. Gosh darn it. We were talking about crowd work, and then we were talking about some other about the super fast. Okay, I feel like crowd work is like tattoos because everybody does it now.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like if you don't do it, you're like different.
Right. Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Okay. Do you want to get tattoos?
No. Oh, and you know what also? What also crowd work? I learned how to do crowd work from my TikTok. What are they called? Trolls?
You learned how to do crowd work from your TikTok trolls?
Because they're so mean. Oh my god. Wow. TikTok trolls are so mean. They say the absolutely worst things that you're like, ah! And I learned that was the game.
Why are you reading the comments?
Because you get notified that there's a comment, because I want to figure out a way to overcome that. Oh, so if they're clapping at me, I want to clap back. Right. So like, I remember there was this one time I posted that one of my steak joke that people say is hacky, but it's not. And
yeah, it's not hacky.
It's not.
It's original. You just don't get it.
It's just I put a different spin on a hacky joke.
Right.
But anyway, so this guy was like, the writing is good, but the delivery needs a lot of work. And I was like, here you are telling me how to deliver my joke, but where are you when I need help delivering my baby?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, cool. So what is your favorite place to do comedy right now?
I don't know. I kind of like almost everywhere I do comedy. So I'm just starting to kind of get back into it. I didn't do comedy for like a while. So I'm just kind of learning about the new places to do it.
Cool.
And I kind of like everywhere, whether it's like an empty, restaurant or a club or something. I feel like there's always an opportunity.
Cool. Have you gone to the Yellow Door yet?
I have not.
They're having open mics on Thursdays.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure. Just tell you. Well, I mean, as of this recording.
I've never visited the Yellow Door. I know it's National Lampoon franchise.
Yeah. So.
And I liked the Naked Gun 2 3/4 or something.
That's cool. Good. So what was your family like growing up?
Divorced.
She divorced her family.
My family, I divorced them. The divorce was final when I was 6. No, just kidding. They got divorced, and my mother worked like 3 jobs and went to college.
Wow.
My mother was really young when she had me. So I was an only child, and I spent a lot of time alone.
Wow.
Yeah, we moved a lot. I actually counted, I moved 18 times by the time I was 14.
Wow. So like different cities?
Sometimes different suburbs. I grew up in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then I moved to Vegas one time. I moved to Vegas. We moved to Vegas. And then we moved back.
Wow.
And then we moved back to Vegas, back to Chicago. Then we moved back to Vegas.
Wow.
When I was like 13, 14.
Jeez, that seems traumatic. It's a traumatic age to just uproot your life.
I mean, I think by that time I'd moved so much that it was just...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So what's your earliest memory?
Okay. My earliest memory was when I was at my Aunt Ruby's house, which I know now was my Aunt Ruby's house, and I was in a high chair.
Wow.
I was in this I didn't know it was a high chair. It was a contraption.
You're just like, I was in my dungeon.
I had no freedom. So I saw this beautiful red thing that they were cutting.
Okay.
It was the color was so pretty. I couldn't stop looking at the color.
Wow.
And when I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. So I went like this, and I just remember they were like ignoring me. I made a lot of noise, and then I stood up.
Wow.
In my high chair, and I just started screaming for bloody murder.
Jeez.
I wanted it. So they gave it to me. And when I bit into it, it was not what I expected. And I was very, very, very upset that it didn't taste the way it looked.
Wow.
It was a radish.
Darn it.
And it burned my mouth.
Yeah. At a young age, that's going to build up a tolerance for spicy stuff.
I'm sure my grandma was just like, well, you want it, you can have it.
Yeah, way to learn.
Be my guest.
Wow. That's really interesting story. Sweet. So do you do any other type of art besides comedy? Anesthetic?
I like to sing.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, I love to sing.
So where do you sing at?
Sometimes I sing at karaoke. I love karaoke. Oh, thank you. And I also like to actually write, like short story. I'm writing a couple of short stories right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
But yeah, I grew up doing a lot of theater and dance.
Oh, nice.
So like, I did like tap, jazz, ballet, all of those things. So I do like pole dancing. It's fun.
Nice.
It's athletic.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. So, have you ever traveled doing pole dancing?
I've not done that much travel.
Oh.
I mean, I really haven't. I haven't really traveled. I wasn't like I've never been like competitive, because there's only so much you can do before you how can I put this slightly? How can I put this so where people can understand it? So I actually was doing a pole trick, and it was like a back bend on the pole where I like leveraged myself on the pole like this, and I grabbed my feet. So it's like you're doing you grab both your feet to the back, so it looks like really pretty. And then I actually tore my implant.
You tore?
I tore it.
Ay. That's awful.
Well, it was a slow process because I did that move a lot.
Oh.
And then I actually tore a couple of them. So then it was like, well, how much do you like pole dancing?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's too bad. So you had to stop?
I didn't have to stop. I just don't do as much.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You gotta go easy on your body. It doesn't matter if it's what it is. Things wear out.
It's actually hilarious, but yeah. But it takes a little while to figure out how hilarious that is. Yeah, it takes a couple years.
Yeah, exactly. Just time. That's also like comedy or worse. We're trying to take the worst part of whatever it is and manipulate it with art and time.
Yes.
And make it back into comedy.
Oh my God, yes.
So it's comedy or
great.
worse, because we're always trying to do comedy, but sometimes it comes out as sad.
Mm-hmm.
Or why did you possibly think that you could say that on stage? Now everybody's bummed out, or whatever, you know?
Yeah, there's like a fine line between tragedy and comedy.
Yeah, it's also just, it's hard to figure it out because people go up there with the intention of being funny, or maybe they've told that joke or that story and it's gotten laughs, and they go up there and they just brought the whole room down for whatever reason.
Oh my God, yes. The epitome of that has happened many times to me in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. So have you ever won like a comedy contest or anything like that?
Oh my God. I think not really. I haven't really entered contests, to be honest.
Not even by accident.
When I say I haven't entered contests, I mean I really haven't entered I mean I have not entered any contests.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to. So what's your best booking story? Like maybe you booked a show and you're like, oh, I can't believe I was able to book that comic, or a show that you really wanted to get on and then you were able to do it.
Well, I've produced shows, and anytime I'm able to have been able to book a headliner, it's because I like that headliner.
Sure.
And so I'm always super stoked.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they're all her favorites.
They really are all my favorites.
So remember, you're lucky. Oh yeah. So what's the worst thing about comedy right now?
Oh, God, there are so many bad things. How do I
say? Top five. It doesn't have to be one.
The
or just
worst.
start ranting. Let's just start with rants.
I think the worst thing is when something really bad happens and you're so heartbroken and depressed.
Yeah.
And then you find the joke when you're like super, super depressed about what happened, when you did not want to find it. You were not ready to find it.
Right.
And then it's actually funny though.
So you have to do it.
So you're like laughing at your pain.
Wow.
Your own pain.
Yeah, you're not totally over it, but you found the funny in it.
Not over it at all sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you have jokes like that you're doing right now? You don't have to tell us which ones. I'm just curious.
I have jokes that I've thought of, but not done, because I like to wait for things to settle.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
not
the good thing
really.
about writing it down, right? Planning. You can say, you can look at it and go, ugh, it's funny, but I'm not ready to say that yet.
Yeah, like, and it's also touchy. It's a touchy thing,
Okay.
because if it involves, it could be something you're too sensitive to talk about. Like, it could be something that I
Right, you
know
don't
about
wanna-
myself,
you don't
but I
wanna
don't
trigger
want to be
yourself.
that vulnerable. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully you'll be able to tell it one day.
Yeah, I have a lot of them like that, where it's like I write down the story, I'll kind of journal it, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh my god, this is actually so funny. But then I'm like, ah. And then maybe like a couple years later, I'm ready to do it.
All right, that's awesome. So everybody has something to look forward to. You gotta keep coming to see Sarah Lynn.
Because I'm so important.
You are. You're a fun comic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I enjoy your comedy a lot also. I enjoy the vitamin D all over your body joke.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoy that joke because you repeat that over and over again. And so
I love
that's
when
what
the
I
audience
like.
to do it.
That's what I like about the repetition. Also, sometimes when I'm walking, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting that vitamin D all over my body.
That's right.
Yeah. And the thing I like about it is it's not like pleasant to listen to, because it's like all over your body. But then that's what makes it stick into your head.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. I love the feedback. So even though it may be not pleasant to
That's
listen
what
to,
is funny about
it
it.
makes it funny the way I say it. I will be sure not to change. I did do that I kind of did that joke in a totally different format at the Stats, and it was fun to do. But I'm like, I don't know the way I'm doing it. Also, I've done the joke, the same words and everything, and I've done it with music. You know, made it more like a song, and I want to do that more because it's just so fun to do comedy that's also music.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
Yes, I like doing that. I had this Drake joke that I did a bunch of times, and then for some reason I just stopped doing it, but I'm going to start doing it again.
But you were playing music during it?
Yeah.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah. And there's another joke I want to do where I play music also, when I make fun of when I do my Russian character.
Okay, so
I want to play like trance music from like 1999 2000 through 2003.
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. And then I also have some early modeling teen model stories.
Oh wow.
And also I want to play that kind of music, because that's literally like the kind of music if like back then, like in like
What
the
type of music
late
was
90s,
it?
okay. Like hair shows, and you walk down the runway and you're like, and then it's like, and then you walk back. I think it'd be funny to kind of beatbox it, then
Yeah.
play the music.
That's cool.
But yeah, when you said that you like are feel like you're hitting a roadblock with the format of the joke, like
Yeah.
not the actual joke itself, but like the wording, the rhythm, etc. I have a joke like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm like, damn, it's like the joke does well, but I hate telling it this way. What do I hate so much about it?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
like sometimes, like, I hate that you're not able, because of whatever the circumstance, not able to play the music for a joke that works better with music. That's the worst.
yeah, that is the worst. That happened with that Drake joke when I did it in a different venue, and the music just didn't carry throughout the venue on my phone, and so the joke like got no laughs, like it didn't hit at all.
Wow.
And sometimes I get like PTSD when a joke doesn't hit, and I'm like, I just never do it again. Even if it hit before, if it doesn't hit if there's one time it doesn't, sometimes I'm like, because I don't like rejection. I have abandonment issues.
Right.
And I need the dopamine from the laughter from people.
Give it to her.
Yes. I need that dopamine.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, maybe you can work on. Do you have any recordings of the times it didn't work, like aversion therapy?
Only once.
Okay, yeah, you should like listen back to it, and then also listen to the times it worked.
Yeah.
And then remind yourself that just one time shouldn't spoil a joke.
Yeah. I'm scared to do it again. Like, I'm scared, like, when I told that joke, there was just, like, some magic that hit,
Right.
that came into the room with me, and then the magic is gone forever as soon as the audio didn't carry.
Well, you could always play the audio and not do the joke unless the audio's working, right?
Yeah. It was like in a different venue, so I wasn't aware that the audio wasn't working, because I could hear it, so I assumed that it was carrying because it was like a loud
that's so bad.
venue.
That sucks. You got to have someone you trust let you know, signal you.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it was really not a big deal. Actually, it's not.
Yes, in the real world, but remember, it's about how you feel, right?
Yeah.
You're giving yourself PTSD, so it is a big deal to you.
Yes. It's a big deal to me. When I repeat this to you, though, out loud, it sounds absurd. Yeah.
Well, maybe this is what you needed. You needed to talk about it, and that maybe you can try that joke again.
Yeah.
Try it at Quantum. You'll know if the audio isn't working at Quantum Room.
Yeah. Thank you for encouraging me, and thank you for being here so that I could tell you about that.
Well, thank you for actively
listening. I appreciate that.
Oh,
it's been very helpful.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm trying to be a better host and a better person every day.
I feel really weird for looking at that phone. Like,
it's just my phone.
I'm like,
I mean, come on. Yeah. So here's a different question. I'm trying to put new questions in the list.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
Yes.
Oh no.
I have.
Was it bad?
The first one was bad. I was in the passenger seat, and my friend crashed her car.
Like really bad, huh?
Yeah, totaled it.
Ooh. And
I was in the passenger. And she got like some bruises and stuff. I got nothing, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die now. Whoop, that's it.
Was there airbags or?
No, there were no airbags, but
okay.
We just didn't end up dying.
Oh, that's good.
It like spun. The car like spun around.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it happened so quickly.
Was it on the freeway or?
Yeah.
Wow.
In LA.
Dang.
Yeah. I was like 14 or 15. No. She was 16 or 17, so I was like 15. She was a little older than me.
Just how many people in the car? Just you two?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to think about if her uncle, who talked a lot, was there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then the second time,
Yeah.
oh my God. So I rear-ended this guy,
Oh no.
and it was like at 5 miles an hour or less, okay? But there was like a dent in the car.
Yeah.
And so I also didn't have my car registered. I also didn't have, I don't know what happened. Oh, I did have my car registered. There was something I didn't have. But anyway, they were like, yeah, you can't drive the car right now.
Wow.
So I had to like go to the DMV and then go back the next day and pick it up. Okay. And then I went to court.
Yeah.
Because this guy was like, it's going to cost $4,500. The car is totaled. And I was like...
It's a dent.
So basically, I didn't have insurance at the time. So I was cavalier enough to be driving without insurance. So I feel like I deserved whatever was coming at me. But he was like, oh yeah, it's $4,500. And I remember the judge saying, no. Like, we're gonna... It was a lady judge. And she was like, no, you need to get a estimate that is suggested by your insurance from a suggested insurance mechanic. She was like, no, this is absurd, because basically what he said is that by denting the back bumper of the car, I actually damaged the entire frame of the car. The whole thing.
That's crazy. I mean, which can happen. It's possible, but not very likely.
Okay, so get this though. When I went to court, the car looked totally different because I saw his car. It was a Nissan Maxima, and I saw the car. It looked totally different.
So you're like, that's not even the right car.
No, it's like he had somebody crash it.
What?
Or something. It looked like a totally different car.
That's crazy.
And I didn't even take photos. I should have taken photos of...
Right.
I took photos of the original dent. I should have taken photos of the car after it was totally totaled. And he was driving it to court. Then, okay, so the judge...
Got maybe another accident or something, and he's trying to blame you.
Like on purpose, maybe.
Oh, my.
But then I had a different judge for the next time. And not only because I didn't have insurance did he say, guilty, he made me pay more than the $4,500.
The same thing? You went to
the
two
exact
judges?
same thing, 2 judges. And the second judge looked at me and he was like he hated me from the moment he saw me.
That's not good.
Yeah. And then he was just like...
That's awful. Sorry that happened to you.
Well, I mean, that was my own fault. I just didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's been like 12 years.
Jeez.
I think. Wait, no, has it? Maybe less, maybe 34, 10 years.
Okay.
No, 9 years. And it's still on, like, if you look at like my, you know, your profile thing, like mylife.com, I still get notifications from mylife.com that lawsuit.
Oh, like it's on your...
Lawsuit. And I actually made that money, all that money, in one weekend to pay it. I paid it off immediately.
Wow.
And they're like, oh yeah, it'll be erased from your record. It wasn't.
That's awful.
That's the part that sucked.
Yeah.
Because they just want more, they want content. You know, I think these sites want to keep the content as long as possible about you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll go away next year.
I'll just call them. I'll be like, you guys need to delete this. You need to delete it after like 3 years or something like that. Like, you guys need to delete this. I should call the manager. I should complain to the manager of mylife.com.
I've never heard of mylife.com.
Oh my God, I got so many harassing emails from mylife.com. Like, you have this and that breach of data, or all these different things. Like, Sarah, you have da-da-da. Like, Sarah, you have da-da-da. Like, and
What
they just
is
want you to
that?
log on. You know, I think they get paid for you logging on because maybe they get more money for ads or something. I don't know. But they want you to log on. And I was like, I'm just going to like block these texts.
Yeah.
But mylife.com isn't even like a thing now. It was like a thing in like 2014 or whatever happened, 2015 or something.
Wow. That's crazy. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. And I like lived by mylife.com. I'd like Google myself, like, what does it say on mylife.com? It says that there's a lawsuit.
You're like, I know about that.
I'm like, is there another lawsuit?
Wow. That's crazy. Well, thank God it went away. You don't need all that information out there. You don't want other people to know.
Yeah. So then I went online and I removed all unflattering photos of me.
That's good.
I did that by...
So then when people see you in real life and they see you at an unflattering angle, they can be shocked and dismayed. Think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so that was the thing. Okay, that was the worst thing about comedy, literally, because I learned how not good looking I was. Or how, you know what I mean? Like you...
How unflattering you can be in a certain...
Yes, because our face is not... It doesn't mean static when it moves around a lot. Yeah, like we all have different sides, and like when you're used to being able to manage your publicity on your...
So what do? You film video, and then you look at each frame, and you're like,
no.
Take this frame out. This one's a bad...
No, not... It's like, okay, so I'll get photos I remember when I first started, like, I took so many photos. I'm like, damn, this whole time I didn't know how I look, because we look at ourselves from the most flattering angle. So when we look in the mirror, we typically look at ourselves from what we know is our most flattering angle.
Okay.
Seriously, I've read about this,
Sure,
like in depth.
I believe you.
So we all believe that we're...
I feel like I don't need to look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I'm also a guy, so
yeah.
I'm ugly. I mean, I'm old, or both.
No, I mean, we have, like I do makeup every day and stuff, and then like I'm always getting different outfits, so I'll change like 14 times before I leave the house sometimes.
So what about what if you just scan the clothes and then you just put on VR goggles and you just go through it, and so you don't have to take them on and off? Or do you like the actually taking them on and off?
No, I'm just super, super picky about everything.
So,
like, I feel
why
like...
do you keep the clothes that you don't like?
No, I may not like them for that, like, specific outfit.
Oh, so
but I like them separately.
So you just gotta figure out what the right combo.
And then the socks. I'm into socks.
Okay.
Oh my God, I get ready for so long that my neighbors have actually asked me if I work from home.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, well, what do you do? Get it ready for work.
You don't have like a changing room at work that you can get ready in?
No. For my outfit, forget work. Like my outfit when I walk into work.
Right.
My street outfit.
You
oh my
just have
God.
to look good even going from home to work. I get it.
Yeah, like I like, or not even work. Like for anything, I have to like
so
my
how long
outfit.
did it take you to get ready for this?
Not long.
Oh, that's good.
Because like I already was like, I don't have the option to take long, like in my head.
Right. Exactly. I appreciate it.
But I was still late.
8 minutes. Sarah Lynn says she was late by 8 minutes, and then I made her wait outside for 20 seconds as I rushed.
20 seconds, literally.
I was like, oh no, she's gonna be here.
I'm like, I gotta go now.
Sweet. Let's see. So how do people find you online?
I tell them my Instagram handle.
Okay, what is it?
Mission Valley Paulina checkmark.
Yes, I love it. Nice. So, is there anything else that you want to talk about today?
I just want to say thank you very much. It was really fun to
thank the
do.
audience.
Thank the audience. If there are any audience member.
Just trying a new voice. Do you like it?
Thank you so much for actually listening to this, and also
Especially if you listen to the whole thing.
that's crazy.
Like, we've been talking. You listen to us? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sweet. So we're going to do a promo after this. You can do a promo?
Okay.
It's like a quick 1 minute video.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's end it. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. This has been Comedy or Worse. See you next time.